October's PS Plus games are here, so I decided to platinum each one and see how I like them. One game exceeded my expectations and the other games not so much. Every single platinum here is also easily obtained, so that's pleasant as well. To start off, let's look at Cocoon, a puzzle game where we play as this thing that can't speak. It can only walk and fondle these balls that we use to solve different situations with. The platinum journey for this game can be split into two categories. First category is completing the story, which takes about 4.5 hours. That's if you aren't looking up guides when you get stuck, which I definitely wasn't doing, by the way. The mentioned balls serve as different dimensions and our goal is to jump between them to progress. Starting off simple, but the later puzzles get really difficult. I scratched my head so much I pretty much lost all my hairline and searched up the guide by this dude, so shout out to him. The second category is the collectibles, or moon ancestors as they call them. Finding these things is pretty easy, especially with the guide. I mean, wow, who would have guessed, right? I recommend trying out a playthrough without the guide first, but I mean, I don't think there's a shame in using one, so do as you wish. If you accidentally run past a moon ancestor, you can easily go back to any checkpoint of the game and replay that specific section. With the guide, this game is a real laid-back chill platinum you can add to your collection. And as you can see in the title, it's on PS Plus. What's not to love? Goat Simulator 3 is our next game and I love it. Just like the previous entries, everything here is utter chaos. You will be blowing up gas stations, forcing people onto bouncy castles, rigging the elections, even flying through the sky with your trusty jetpack. This game has it all. 3 categories for this one. Earn S tier in the Goat Castle, where your objective will be running around the map and completing every single question mark you see. These question marks are little quests which are basically the story mode for this game. I have to say that they were hilarious, especially since I played couch co-op with my girl. She approves of this game as well, as you can see. Most important tip I can give you is this. Grab the jetpack. Without this thing, the platinum would take us like 25 hours instead of the 13 it did. It is located right here in Pointy Food's factory. All we have to do is climb up some walls, jump onto these blue boxes and grab it. Flying with this thing can be tricky, but you're a skilled high-octane gamer, you will figure it out. After completing each question mark mission, the game ends with you battling this farmer. He is not much of a pushover as I expected, so stay sharp. You will have to deal with like 3 phases of him.
I am Melania.
The second step in your journey for the platinum will be completing every miscellaneous trophy. These trophies include pretty much everything. Licking a croissant, entering a super secret rave party, and even getting squirted on. Okay, moving on. As I said, these trophies are all over the place, and I would have to think there was just no way you will get some of them organically. Even the trophy descriptions sometimes don't tell the whole story. What do you mean that for the trophy we will need to equip the while playing as a with the fur? What the fuck? The third category is all about collectibles and instincts. All 300 of them. The first type are the trinkets, these little golden statues. Scattered throughout every part of the lands between, they are an insane pain in the ass to collect. You probably picked up some during your time completing the first 2 stages, but still this will be painful. Another type of collectibles, which aren't a collectible at all, I just wanted to keep it simple at 3 stages, are the instincts. Little side quests which usually involve you partaking in some dumb shit with a specific gear on. Gear is basically equipment that you can wear and they do various different things. For example, our precious jetpack is classified as gear and it does some instincts are unfortunately hidden at first, so you will need to figure out which gear you are missing, go get it, and just then you are able to uncover your task. Completing some of these was probably the hardest part of this whole journey. There are also these ramps that you need to jump over, but they are actually pretty fun to do, so nothing too painful. Once you upgrade your Goat Castle to the S rank, complete every instinct, find every trinket, the platinum will be yours. Now, onto the month's big hitter, Alan Wake 2, a game where we don't play as Alan Wake, at least for like the first 50% that is. We find ourselves in the role of an FBI agent called Saga. She is here to investigate a murder of an obese naked dude. This murder is linked to a so-called cult of the tree and some mysterious place called the Dark Place. As we investigate, we find the man himself, Alan Wake, stranded on the beach all alone. This is quite weird since no one has been able to interact or even see Alan for about 13 years, which by the way follows the exact timeline of when the first game was released, which is pretty cool. We take him to the police station, interrogate him, and so on and so on. I don't want to spoil everything since this is a heavy story game. I said heavy twice there because, here come the dislikes, the gameplay is pretty ass. There have been many games that play way worse than this, but I mean, what can I say, I expected a little bit more. The shooting feels clunky, enemies are pretty basic and uninspired. Resident Evil 2 Remake was definitely a major source of inspiration, which is fine, but for me to enjoy it, it has to be better. I still played through it and got the platinum though, so you can't say I didn't try to like it. Anyways, here are are the trophies. I can't really box this game into categories, so you could say the first major part of our journey will be based around completing the story up until the point of no return. There are 67 trophies for us to get. At least half of them are just for the story. I didn't count exactly, but you get the point. However, throughout this, you also have to be careful. There are about 100 collectibles you will need to get, and some are missable. Chapter select is present after completing the base game, but when I went back and tried to get a collectible I missed, it didn't work for some reason, so I had to replay the last 1 hour of the game. Nothing too insane. Also, this probably is just my stupidity, so make of that what you will. We can also switch between the two protagonists at basically any given time, but just to be safe, try to tackle Saga's questline first while grabbing every collectible, then Alan's side of the story, and finish up with Saga again. This is what worked the best for me, and even the guide on PSNP suggests this route. The collectibles you must be sure to collect are the lunchboxes, gold stashes, charms, nursery rhymes, weapons, commercials, and that's basically it. After you are done with the story, the only thing you will need to do is go back and get the miscellaneous combat-related trophies. You probably unlocked about 80% of them organically, so nothing too stressful. The last one I needed involved dying with the coffee mug charm equipped, which prevents us from dying. Basically the totem from Minecraft, I reckon. After you complete every single trophy there is, the platinum should be yours. The game I enjoyed the most this month was definitely Goat Simulator. A game where you become Jesus is my kind of jam. Alan Wake 2 takes the second place because it's not bad, not at all. Just way too slow and clunky in some sections, but like I said, story is the main focus here. And the third place is reserved for Cocoon. Again, not a bad game, but I mean, look at the competition. Overall, I enjoyed my time with the October games and can't wait to see what PlayStation cooks up for November. See you then.